This is my Bex Life Facebook live broadcast. It is the 11/11 broadcast where I share all of my daily insights and what's happening in my life, all the good stuff, the bad stuff, the ugly stuff, every Monday through Thursday here at 11:11 a.m. Eastern. And I invite you to join me and join in. Just take a nice little break from your day at 11:11. I promise to keep these shorter than they have been. And then also I'm sharing them on YouTube whenever it's something really important to say, which today I think it's going to be one of those. Before I even get started, I want to tell you who I am. My name is Rebecca Barucki. I have a website called BexLife.com where I teach people through meditation how to live their happiest, most fulfilled, blissful life. And it's possible for everyone. So if you are rolling your eyes or thinking I'm another cuckoo, woo-woo, new age, whatever, I'm kind of that. But I also want to teach you the good stuff that's super practical and that I've used in my own life to lift me up from poverty mindset, from anxiety, depression, all that stuff. And, find happiness and love and everything that's good and juicy. So that's what I'm doing for you. I know you can do it. I have full faith in you. Today's topic is why fake it till you make it is terrible advice that will ruin your life and keep you stuck in a pattern of failure forever and ever. And you're probably going to do a little Googling research and put in fake it till you make it Bex Life and find times where I have offered that as advice and I was a complete asshole. It was the wrong thing. Hello everyone that's coming in. Hello Amanda and Darcy, and I'm so glad I'm doing 11/11s again too. And hello Crystal and Jessica. This is going to be a good one. So how many of you, and I want you to tell me if you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook, wherever, I want you to comment with how many times you've been given the advice or fallen for the advice or have given the advice, fake it till you make it. Like that was something that has gotten you through fear, through overcoming, procrastination or lack of motivation. And you've just been like, you know what, just fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. Put on that happy face and muscle through it and white knuckle it and just jump in and do the thing, right? How many times have you given the advice, taken the advice, or just believed it to be true? Or just heard it, And I'm sure that's like all of you, but tell me in the comments. Too many to count, says Steph. Thank you for loving my honesty, Lorna, because honesty is where this is all leading to, right? So the fake it till you make it thing. I used to think that that was the way to get through stuff, to pretend my way into feeling good about doing a thing, or at least doing the thing. Now my motto is pretty much do the thing, don't die, repeat. But there's not an element of faking in there. There's fear that I'm dealing with. There's real fear that I'm dealing with. I'm going to tell you where that fear comes from. But I believe wholeheartedly in no matter if you feel the fear or not, and it's not, legitimate fear where it's like, don't jump off that cliff. Don't jump out of that airplane without a parachute. Like real fear that's protecting you from things. Absolutely listen to that. Listen to your gut because it's very wise and it knows what to do before your brain does. But for like those fears where like, I'm not good enough or I'm too much, or which is the same thing. And thank you to my dear friend Elizabeth D'Alto for pointing that out and sharing that post the other day. Follow her if you don't, Elizabeth D'Alto. She said that, she shared a post about not being good enough and feeling like you're too much is really two sides of the same coin. So that's interesting. And we'll talk about that another day. Hopefully I'll just have her on to talk about it. So, doing the thing, not dying, and repeating that thing is what I subscribe to now and what I have for a long time, because there are fears that keep me from doing things or want to keep me from doing things. And I know that they are irrational fears that I shouldn't be listening to. So I just do that thing. I don't die, which is likely because usually the thing I'm afraid of is not lethal or it's never lethal. And in doing that, I see that it wasn't something that could kill me, even though my anxiety was telling me that it was. That voice inside of me was telling me that it was, that irrational voice, that lying voice. And that builds the confidence and the courage. So I don't necessarily come into it with confidence and courage every single time, but the evidence that I didn't die is what gives me the confidence and courage to then do it again, to repeat it over and over again, achieve mastery and not freak out about it. I've said before that coming live here and talking to you is a little bit scary for me every single time. Every single time I get a little bit scared. And every single time I do it, the fear diminishes just a little bit and I feel more in my flow and I feel more confident, and it's just evidence that it's something that I should be doing. So, morning, Jerry. What's going on? So, Amanda says that she heard this all her life and it's what she was raised on. Okay. So, and a lot of us have heard this advice. And in and of itself, it's coming from a well-meaning place, but it's still encouraging you, just by saying fake it, to lie, to act out of integrity with what is your truth. So let's talk about what your truth is and where it's coming from. So there is belief that you have in your heart, that you express, that you embody, and this belief could be anything positive or negative, whatever. It's just your belief. It's the system of values and ideas that you base your life upon. And then there is our genetic makeup and the beliefs that are embedded into that genetic makeup on a cellular level. So, for instance, I was raised with a poverty mindset. Both of my parents were committed to the idea, committed with every fiber of their being to the idea that we were poor, that we were meant to be poor, that we would always be poor, and that if good things happened to us that made us not poor, they wouldn't last. That is in my genetics at this point. So my father who raised me is not my biological father, but he has passed that on to me on a cellular level, on a physical level. It makes me still to this day feel uncomfortable if I get a great big check or a reward for something. And I'll give you a for instance just from this past couple weeks. In the past couple weeks, I have been invited to speak at South by Southwest at their first ever wellness expo. Amazing, right? Hardly told anybody. Didn't tell my family. Didn't make a big, like ordinarily in the past, I'd be jumping up and down and excited about it. Didn't say a word. I got another book deal. I think I only said it here only once. Like, didn't put it on Instagram. Nothing. I'm writing my second book with a major publisher, my dream publisher. And I'll say the amount of money was double than that of my first book. So that's huge. Didn't make a big deal about it. And my foreign language editions of the book, I have, I think, 5 total, and 2 more came out in the past couple weeks. So it's now in Italy and in Spain. So you have 4 minutes to change your life in Italian and in Spanish. Didn't even make a peep. Nowhere. Didn't say a word about it. Nothing. Because still, sometimes it makes me physically uncomfortable to celebrate myself, to celebrate my accomplishments, and to be excited about good things. So that's on a physical level. On a belief level, who I have become to be, I know that this is frigging fantastic news, and I'm super excited about it, and I want to share it, and I want to tell you. But I don't. So the fake it till you make it thing would be me pretending that it's amazing, like on all levels, and going out and celebrating, but not feeling it. In fake it till you make it, the essence of that not only sustains struggle, but it is a continuation of the idea that we must pretend, or that even pretending is a way to get anything good. When the truth is that a true core belief is the way to get things good. And I'm going to give you a quote from my coach, who I love so much. Her name is Lauren Zander. And I want you to write this down, tattoo it on your forehead, put it in your journal, put it in your passion planner, which is my favorite planner, by the way. I do not get paid to say that, but I just love it so much. And she said this to me. You can't be the real deal unless you're really the curator of your thoughts, beliefs, and reality. Until you believe that to be true, you won't be successful. So you can't be the real deal. I can't be the real deal as a leader, as a spiritual guide, as a successful woman, until I'm really the curator of my thoughts, beliefs, and reality. And what I've been doing too much is saying that reality is a thing and my beliefs are another thing. And when I'm believing and feeling really great and great things are happening to me, that's luck, or it's me pretending or being in a fantasy. And then reality, I wake up to reality and it's something different. where what's really happening is that when I'm feeling shitty about myself, I'm creating a reality that gives me shit. And when I feel amazing about myself, I create a reality that gives me amazing things. That is the truth of the matter. And because I've had glimpses of that, because I've experienced that, I can go back to that belief that I'm the creator of my beliefs and my thoughts and my reality, that I am. Because I've had glimpses of that, I can believe that to be true. But I still fall back into that pattern where, oh, it might just be luck, or, oh, maybe it's better to just fake it until I make it, or it doesn't really matter if I believe it or not, if I act the part. I still fall into that. And when I fall into that, nothing good comes out of it. Nothing has ever come out well when I've been faking it. Even when all appearances are good, and maybe you can't see them because you can't see my bank account, or you can't see my personal happiness meter. But I know that even in my business, even when things look perfect, they could still be bottoming out. And when things look perfect and I'm actually feeling perfect about them, everything's amazing. Money, relationships, happiness meter, all the things are matched. You can't see it, and that's why I have to come and tell you. Because there have been times when I was a big freaking liar and things weren't working out for me. And if you, and I talk about this in I teach this in my group coaching program, how to harness that power to create that belief to manifest your dreams. I talk about that in my group coaching program, which is linked in the video description. And then I also made a short video about it, and there's an audio that I want you to listen to. It's all in relationship to this work that I've been doing. That's also linked in the first line of this video description. So check that out. Watch that it's a short video. It's like 7 minutes. And then there's a link to a really important book in it. So Becca, hello Becca. I'm a Becca too. In real life, everyone calls me Becca. It's Bekah. Becca saying, hang in there, Jessica. I'm so sorry for your losses. Stay strong. What's going on with Jessica? Okay, my doctor keeps telling me I'm okay to have another baby, but after a set of stillborn twins last January, I feel inadequate, but I've been faking like I'm ready to have a baby. So how, and I echo Becca's sentiments. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss, and I don't understand loss on that level, or in that particular circumstance. But I understand the idea of when things fall apart, when they break, when you have lost control, when you feel like reality is working against you, when you feel like your body's working against you. How can you have faith that it will work out? And it's really understanding where the core of that belief is coming from. So there's evidence, there's the past, it's ideas from the past and teachings from the past and experiences from the past being encoded into you physically. And then there is, do you believe that your belief can really, do you believe in your own power? Do you believe in your own power to create your own reality? And taking time to investigate that and sort it out. Because I believe right now what's happening for you is because of evidence, you believe that you have to somehow fight against or trick reality or think something, trick yourself into believing something else for something to be true, something good to be true. And that's not what it is at all. It's the opposite. It's that you have to separate yourself from responsibility of bad things out of your control happening. Because if you take that on, then you're always going to believe for the entire future that it's your responsibility when bad things happen. And then therefore you have some kind of pre-coded destiny that you can't break free from. So even when things are going good, you're going to doubt them into a place of being bad. So even though your doctor is saying it's time to start, you're okay to go, you bring it down to you lower the expectation so that you lower disappointment, but you set yourself up for disaster in that case. So that's where that is. Jessica says, you're obsessed with my meditations. I'm so glad you like them. Don't be obsessed with them. They're good for you, though. It's a good thing to take. Just take them every day like vitamins. Okay, so I want you, again, in the comments, these are the things that I want you to do. I want you to talk about your experience with Fake It Till You Make It. and if it's something that you've heard and you've practiced and how it's worked out for you. Because sometimes it does work out. Sometimes you do the thing and you try something and then it actually works out. And then you get this belief that, okay, I have to continue faking it until I make it. But how much more powerful would that experience have been if you really believed it? If there was no struggle, if there was no white knuckling, if there was no pretending, if there was no worry that you were doing it right. If you really just believed in the success of the outcome. If you believed in it, not attached to it, but believed in it. So tell me your experience with Fake It Till You Make It in the comments. And if you like what I said here, and if you are interested in hearing more, you can do two things. You can go and click the link for my group coaching program, which is called Block to Bliss, which is happening on April 15th. And I'm very excited about it. And I'll be talking more about it over the next, where are we? We're in middle of February, so a month and a half. And you can also click on the link to join my private Facebook community, which is stellar. But what I definitely want you to click on is the link to watch the video where I talk about this more. And I talk about an incredible audio. And it's very specific. So I don't just give you the name because I want you to give you the link for the very, very specific audio that you can listen to. And you get it on Audible. Yeah, so go do that. I want you to do that. I want you to click on the link for that video where I mentioned this audio track that I've been listening to. It's 33 minutes. I try to listen to it every single day. I'm not going to lie and say that I do, but every day that I listen to it, my day is better, my sleep is better, and I wake up more refreshed and feeling ready for my day and excited for all the things that I'm going to do. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me here for 11:11. I'm here every Monday through Thursday for as long as I can hang on Facebook. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can click on the link in the video description to join me on Facebook. That is facebook.com/BexLife. And I love doing this for you, so I hope that you keep showing up. When you show up, it compels me. It compels me to show up for you because I believe that we're in this all together, that no man or woman is an island, and what is true for me is true for you. There are universal truths that guide us all and that support us all, and when we show up like this in groups, in communion with each other, in communion with the truth, magic happens. So I just want to continue making this magic with you every day as my partners in co-inspiration. So I will see you soon for another 11:11 here on Facebook. Wishing you well and hoping that you all have a beautiful, blissful day. And keep commenting, even if it's in replay, because I love hearing from you. Love you.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Barucki, founder of BexLife.com and author of You Have 4 Minutes to Change Your Life. Have you always wanted to try meditation, but you didn't know where to start? Are you ready to get all those benefits you've been hearing about, but you're convinced that you don't have time, your head is way too busy, or you're just not spiritual enough? Well, I have some